But first, coffee. Coffee! Coffee. Coffee. Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back. I hope you're all having a lovely day. First things first, I just want to address the new family member who has just joined my family. Her name is Janice and she decided it would be a great idea to turn up on my lip. I don't know why she had to choose that area. Out of all the options on my face, she had to go for the lip, but sure luck, right? It's out of my control. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. So at the end of last year, I kind of did a video reflecting on 2018 and I went through the things that I learned in 2018, so I thought it would be a nice idea to kind of do the same thing this year and just go through a few of the things that I learned in 2019 with you guys, because I feel like it's a nice way to just say goodbye to 2019, hello to 2020, end of that chapter, close the book, open this book, start writing the bloody pages. In last year's video, I was like, 2019 is going to be my year. Yeah, it's the year we're going to all strive and thrive, bitches. Yeah. And then the universe was like, sit your little ass down. Sit your ass down, because I've got other plans and other things in store in the woodworks for you. And all I could do was sit there and go, okay. Both 2018 and 2019 were very difficult years for me and very challenging years for me, if I'm being honest. And I really am a believer that I feel like there are certain years where you learn and then certain years where you grow. And I really do feel like 2018 and 2019 were about learning. A lot of goddamn learning. We might as well just jump into a few of the lessons that I learned throughout 2019. The first thing I learned in 2019 is that it is completely okay to say no to things that don't serve you. You don't have to feel bad about saying no, you don't have to make excuses, and you don't have to feel regret or remorse. I cannot set myself on fire just to keep others warm. I have been doing it my whole life and I need to freaking stop. I'm the kind of person who really can struggle to say no, because I can be quite a people pleaser to the people who I value and the people who are important to me. So therefore, no matter how much I don't want to do something, or no matter how much my insides are screaming no, or my mental health is like, no, Jessica, I'll just go, yeah, okay, of course, I'll do that. I'll probably fall apart for the next 3 weeks, but I'll do that just to keep you warm. I learned that when you say yes to things that don't serve you, it does absolutely nothing but completely drain all your energy and set you back in your progress. I feel like this year I really learned to start asking myself, what do I want? What do I need? What is going to benefit me in the long run? Instead of constantly letting other people decide that for me and just going along with it just to make them happy and keep them happy and please them. 2020 is the year we strive for ourselves, we thrive for ourselves, we listen to our head and our goddamn gut, and we know what's right for us. We know what we should be doing. Why do we go against it? Why do we always do the thing that we know we shouldn't be doing? No more. Okay, so moving on. Your worth isn't measured by your productivity. Know that it's okay to have periods where you don't feel productive and learn to really honor your downtime. I am somebody who is extremely hard on themselves, and if I'm not being productive, I can just crash and I can crumble. In 2019, during the summer, I got diagnosed with PCOS, and the following 5 to 6 weeks after that were an absolute blur and were extremely difficult mentally and physically for me. My productivity during them 5 to 6 weeks were at an all-time low, and I got very little to nothing done because I was at complete war with myself. I had such a battle going on in my head because I just wanted to be productive, but I physically couldn't with the way I was feeling. It was just not gonna happen. And looking back, I just realized that, that's okay, because if I didn't have them 5 to 6 weeks where I kind of really had to look at myself and sort a lot of stuff out in my head, if I didn't have that time period, God knows where I'd be today, because I needed that. I had to listen to my body. That was what I needed. I needed downtime. My brain was like, and I needed to sort that out before I could be productive. So I've had to learn the hard way that, you really do need to honor your downtime, and your downtime is just as important as your uptime. Your uptime being when you're productive and you're getting loads of things done. if you don't have that downtime, you're not going to be productive. You're not. I also learned that if you burn yourself out, you won't be able to be productive. You need to have such a good balance of being productive and also having your downtime. If we don't recharge our batteries, we're not going to be of any use to anybody, including ourselves, because our energy levels are going to be so low, you know what I mean? So no matter how little or how much productivity you are getting done, you know, this is irrelevant, but your worth is always up here, no matter freaking what, and you've got to remind yourself of that every freaking day. Moving on, the next one is measure relationships by quality, not quantity. You don't have to have a large inner circle to be loved, valued, or appreciated. I also kind of learned that a lot of people will take advantage of you, and a lot of people are only interested in what you can do for them or what you can give to them, and once they have that, they're just like, ha, bye, see ya, and watch you later. I personally have never been someone to have a lot of friends. Like, you know, I look at certain people that I know personally and they just have like so many friends. So like, I'm not joking you, like I'm talking like they could have up to like 20 friends, like proper friends who they'd hang out with, and that just like that just blows my freaking mind. I kind of realised that just because someone has a big huge circle and I have like this really small circle, that doesn't mean that I'm any less appreciated or loved or valued. If anything, I'm probably more appreciated and loved and valued because, you know, I'm not spreading myself so thinly and I'm able to have a much deeper, meaningful relationship with the smaller group of people, because you can't have a deep, meaningful relationship with like 30, 40 odd people. It's just impossible. I feel like I had to learn the hard way that it's so important what you give your time and energy to and who you give your time and energy to, and a lot of people just aren't worth your time and energy, you know what I mean? And I just feel like time and time again I spread myself so thinly for people who would just never do the same for me, and I'm just kind of at a point like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why am I fucking bothering? Why am I trying to constantly reach out to these people when I'm not getting the same effort reciprocated? Why am I constantly being the one to go to them to do like, no, I'm sorry, but if you're not reciprocating my energy in 2020, goodbye. I'm sorry, like, but I just feel like it has to be that way because you drain yourself giving so much of yourself to people who aren't giving you any of themselves. So bye. The next one is such an important one, and I feel like this is just gotta be a reoccurring lesson for every freaking year, and something that we really do need to remind ourselves on a daily basis, because I feel like it's so easy to forget, and it's that we take the little things in life for granted way too often, and we must value what we have to get what we want. Gratitude will change your freaking life. If you don't value what you already have and you don't value the blessings that are already in your life, then you will not be able to get any of the things that you want. I feel like we can get way too immersed in like this big picture and like these huge goals and like, you know, where we want to be in 5, 10, 15 years time, that we forget to just look day in, day out, and the blessings that are in our life day in and day out. Tomorrow is never guaranteed, you know what I mean? And we take so much shit for granted that a lot of people on the other side of the world would give their fucking life for, and like, that is no exaggeration. So the next thing I learned in 2019 was that we are going to disappoint people. We are going to make mistakes, but you are not defined by your mistakes and you're not defined by your flaws. You have to know that you are perfectly imperfect just the way you are, and you have to realise that if you don't fuck up now and again and you don't make mistakes and you don't disappoint people, well then you won't be able to learn and grow and better yourself from it. None of us are perfect. Not one freaking one of us are perfect, and we all constantly make mistakes, and that's kind of all part of this journey that life is, you know. It is a journey, and it's all about constantly learning and constantly growing and constantly bettering yourself. You know, talk to somebody who's 70, 80 years of age and they will literally tell you, like, it's never ending. Like, you're constantly learning, and you will until the day you die. You will never have it all figured out. No matter how much you think you do, you're never going to have it all figured out. I learned in 2019 that just try to be better than you were yesterday. Baby steps. One tiny little teeny step at a time. That's all you've got to do. Don't be trying to make these huge leaps and these huge jumps, because when you do that, you're only going to crash and fail. It's like if someone's trying to get into exercising, and if they go like hell for leather and they do like 4 days in a row, and then they're just in so much agony that they don't work out for the second week, and then the third week they might do 1 day, you know, they're more likely going to fail that way. But if they slowly get into it, do a workout every second or third day and slowly build it up, they're more likely to succeed because they're doing it in little baby tiny steps. And I feel like that's what we have to do in regards bettering ourselves and growing as well, because I feel like, you know, we can get so frustrated and be like, oh, I just want to change this thing about myself like in one night and wake up in the morning and I'm a completely different person. But it just doesn't work like that. As much as we wish it would work like that, it doesn't work like that. I'm a very sensitive soul. I'm quite an emotional person, so therefore when I disappoint somebody, I do internalize that, and you know, I really do hold myself accountable, and I beat myself up and I fill myself with self-hate. But I realize that that is doing no good for anybody. It's not doing any good for me, not doing any good for the person I disappointed. If I mess up, all I can do is own up to it and then work on myself, you know, and that is really all we can do at the end of the day. This self-hate, this beating ourselves, it's not helpful for anybody. The next lesson I learned in 2019 is to start before you're ready, and this is kind of in relation to me moving out of home. So I've been wanting to move out of home for like 2 or 3 years. Like it has been in the back of my head. It's been something I've written my goals for a couple of years now, and it just never happened. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd say the main reason for it is because I am such a creature of habit. And when I find like a routine and I feel safe in an environment, I'm like very happy to stay there. And basically I'm awful with change. I really struggle with change. My brain doesn't like it. My heart doesn't like it. My brain screams, stay with what you know. Do not move. Do not leave. Stay put. I learned that change is scary, but regret is even scarier. And you have to move past that fear of change and outside your comfort zone, because if you don't do that, you are never going to grow and more importantly learn. Like if you stay stuck in the one place for your whole life, your mind isn't going to broaden. You're not going to broaden as a person. You're not going to have new experiences. You're not going to meet new people. Everything is just going to stay the same. You've got to literally throw yourself into it, all of yourself into it, and just go with it. Go with the waves. Go with the ride. Basically, I learned to keep pushing forward and never settle, no matter how easy/tempting it may be. You know, it was very tempting for me to stay at home, and that was the easy option. But we should never do what's easy. We should always do the thing that's going to challenge us a little bit, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to better us as a person. Okay, the next thing I learned is to celebrate the small wins in life and celebrate your progress, and never forget to look back and just see how freaking far you've come. I feel like in this day and age and in the generation we're living we're constantly like striving for more and striving to work harder and grow more and just be better, like constantly, and we just very rarely just stop and reflect and actually see the mountains we've climbed and what we have come through and things that we would have never dreamed of ourselves getting through years ago. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this is something that I just really had to open my eyes to in 2019. Is celebrate the progress, celebrate the little things you're doing, you're getting done, whether that be a freaking workout in the day, whether that be getting out of bed because you're so freaking depressed. Like, I know I've been there. Like, no matter what it is, celebrate the little freaking thing. The next thing I learned in 2019 is don't ever, ever, ever underestimate the power of kindness. There were a number of moments in 2019 where a stranger's act of kindness honestly just brightened up and made my whole week and brought my mood and my hope from here up to here. And that's no word of a lie, you know what I mean? How you interact with people on a daily basis is so important. You honestly have no idea how much your little act of kindness could mean to somebody else. And honestly, that's something that I'm really striving to live by in 2020 is kindness. It's just so freaking important, like, and it's always been something that's been very important to me, but you know, 2019 really just showed me the power of it, and also vice versa. Also me being kind to other people and how that impacts their day. For example, today I just reached out to somebody on Instagram because they had a story up and I thought they looked freaking amazing, and instead of me just thinking it in my head, I decided to like send them a message telling them that I thought they looked freaking beautiful, and they literally replied saying that I just made them feel so much better about themselves, Whereas, you know, normally that would just be like a passing thought in my head. Whereas I took the time to let them know that that's what I was thinking, you know, and it's just such little small things. You know, we're all fighting a battle that we don't know we're fighting. Like, I'm fighting a battle you don't know about, you're fighting a battle I don't know about, and life is freaking hard, and all we have at the end of the day is each other. So we need to lean on each other and be there for each other and freaking help each other and do the little things that we can do, you know, even though it might be a stranger. We're all in this together. We really are all in this together. Like, look at our world. Like, at the end of the day, this is our world. It's our bloody universe. Like, you know what I mean? I think we all know how lovely it is when somebody is kind to you and they say or they do something that is so selfless, and they're just doing it because they just want to do it and they're not getting any benefit out of it. Like, I honestly think that is one of the most beautiful feelings and things in the world. So I feel like we need to do more of that. Please don't click off the video. I quickly just want to say to anybody who stuck around with me in 2019 how grateful and thankful and full of gratitude and love I am for you. You know, I know when I got diagnosed with PCOS, my uploads were a bit and I went like a bit MIA from posting and whatnot, and you know, to people who stuck by me through times like that, like, I honestly, like, that just means everything. And to anyone who's still with me, just freaking thank you for your love, for your kindness, for your support, just everything. I thank my blessings for each and every one of you guys every day, and I do not say that lightly. I really do count my lucky stars, and I love you all so very much with the bottom of my heart. Like, I honestly truly do. So yeah, there are some of the things that I learned in 2019 that I thought I would share with you guys. I'd love to know what you learned in 2019 down in the comments below. I'm so excited to get making content this year in 2020. There are a few very exciting things in the pipeline, one of them being a podcast me and my sister are going to start in, so stay tuned for that. But yes, I cannot wait to see you all in my next video, and I love you all so very much. And here's to kicking 2020's freaking ass. It's a new decade. We're leaving the shitty times behind, we're leaving negativity behind, we're leaving shit friends behind. Here's to happiness and love and success and wealth and health and just everything for this decade, for all of you guys and me as well. I love you all so very much, and I will see you all super duper soon. Bye.